We are a culture that runs from our crosses. This video is going to be about how comfort can hurt us. You don't want to be too comfortable because it paralyzes us. If you go back to Exodus, for instance, when the Israelites, it's Exodus 16, verse 3. The Israelites said to them, "If only we had died at the Lord's hand in the land of Egypt, as we sat by our kettles of meat and ate our fill of bread. But you've led us into this wilderness to make this whole assembly die of famine." So they were excited to leave slavery. Who wouldn't be? But boy, they went all of 8 minutes and they were complaining, "Oh, send us back. Oh my God, I gotta be hungry, hungry." And I think about how many of us, when I give my clients or others or talk about fasting, I'm not good at fasting. I haven't done that. Or I'll do something else. We circumvent. We go and we do everything but. Look, I didn't like fasting. I remember I used to, on Good Friday and Ash Wednesday, the 2 days I had to, and I dreaded it, I'd go get a latte because the milk would fill me up. I'd get two or three of them. That wasn't the best kind of fasting. But since I heard that Our Lady asks us to fast on Wednesdays and Fridays, and I have become accustomed to doing that, all or nothing, right? Just water. In the beginning, it was so painful, but now it's like, okay, it's Wednesday. Okay, it's Friday. When you take away the comfort, the body gets strengthened, it gets used to it. The spirit, when we take away the crutch, those things that feed our flesh, our spirit grows. That's why the Lord teaches us that comfort is not what we should be going after. I think about, I'm going to Africa oh my gosh, just over a week. It's going to be my third time there. And I'm not going to the very wealthy South Africa. I'm going to Uganda. And I've been with a Maasai in Tanzania, and they don't even have electricity. They have it once a day. They'll turn it on in the evening for a couple hours. And that's since it's been infiltrated into their culture. But the point being is, when I go to Uganda, we don't have running water. I have to get some bottled water and carry it with me. And I don't have a surplus of it. They don't have fancy air conditioning and electricity and the bathrooms we all dream of. Now, they are there, but they're not everywhere. They're not conditioned to change in the temperature to always match what they want. Heat it up if it's too cold, cool it down if it's too hot. They suck it up when it's hot. They suck it up when it's cold. I remember, and I probably should have looked this one up before I started this video, but I do remember another verse in the Bible where I'm thinking of two of them. I'm thinking of Bathsheba when she was with David and they called her Uriah back and said, go be with your wife and sleep there and then come back to the troops. And he didn't know what was going on, but he said, you know what? No, if my troops are stuck outside, I need to sleep outside too. But there's another place that also talks about, if you get too comfortable, too lazy, well, then it's really hard to endure the hardships and the pain when they come. This was really also what Jesus was trying to teach us with the Beatitudes. Over in Matthew 5, verses 1 through 12, he talks about, blessed are you if you're persecuted. He doesn't say, blessed are you who have no one persecuting you. Blessed are you if you hunger for righteousness. He doesn't say, you're only blessed if your politicians and everyone gives you the laws. That's the way it should be. Blessed are you who mourn. He doesn't want you grieving, but he's like, you're blessed. When you mourn, it is going to be so much better when your grief is gone, when you're in heaven. So all these things he does in the Beatitudes is really teaching us to kind of have this suck it up attitude, but not for the sake of just sucking it up, but saying, if you have comfort, you don't know how to handle pain. If you have too much food, as we do in America, where I just cringe when I see how much food is wasted. People just eat a little, I don't like it, throw it away, get me something else. I cringe because I know how many people in the world would just love to eat it. We have so much comfort that the slightest pain or inconvenience throws many of us through a loop. You're like, oh, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? But we don't even realize how good we have it. I talked to a friend of mine today who's in prison, and I talked about the food that they have typically on a day-to-day basis in Uganda and Tanzania is not as good as what they have even in prison, who gets hot dogs and well, they get other things too. And he said, wow, I really need to have that appreciation. Comfort is a killer, guys. Now, I'm not saying that you shouldn't be comfortable sometimes, but if we allow ourselves too much comfort, it's so hard to get back into the battle. It's easier if we strip ourselves from worldly comforts and then just walk the walk. It's better then when you have a moment of a soft bed or a moment of sleep or a moment of a reprieve from whatever it is you're struggling with. But when we sit with the comfortable bed, it hurts to sleep on the floor. When we have really good food, we don't like it when we go without a meal. If we have a warm coat, we're quick to be uncomfortable if it gets too cool and we don't have a sweater. And yet I think about our homeless brothers and sisters, kind of adapt more quickly. Don't let comfort get in the way of you drawing closer to the Lord. If you have too many comforts and you're crying out to him, please let me have this coat, please let me have this blanket, please, it might stop you from recognizing what you have, what we need to fight for, the battlefield that we're in, and so much more. Comfort can kill. Just don't have too much of it. What are your thoughts? I know this is kind of a probably controversial or is she for real kind of video. I do want to know your thoughts. And if you like this video, don't forget to like and share and subscribe, and also send it with your friends. And if you'd have an extra $5, $10, $15, or $100, feel free in donating. This is how I make my living. There's a link below, buymeacoffee.com. I'm Dr. Christine Bacon. Thanks for watching this Bacon Bit. And as always, remember to live your life sunny side up.